Okay. Seems like I am live. Yep, that looks good. All right. Share this link around. Share this link. All right. So, I tried this once before, but issues seemed to be fixed, which ended up actually being something that needed to be fixed in the engine and was not anything that I could control. So I'm actually going to start playing my demo. Actually seemed a little quiet. So yeah, I am playing demo 5. Hopefully everything from like Zach's playthrough and whatnot have been fixed. For anyone unaware, Zachary Gossman on YouTube played my demo, and I think he released the last video of that today. So check that out if you want to get a non-creator perspective on that. But yeah, thank you to everyone that play tested, and provided feedback. Pakistan and Soma, in addition to Zach, of course. Thank all of you for finding a lot of stuff that I probably would not have found. There's a lot of things that, it's hard to really know what all needs to be tested. So, yes. The plan with this playthrough is once I'm done, then Demo 5 is done. So for those of you that wanted to wait for a definitive Demo 5, this is what you've been waiting for. So once I'm done with this playthrough, I'm done with Demo 5. Yeah, so let's hop right in. I did not create a new thing. So this is a new build that had the saving thing fixed. However, it does appear the performance of it is really bad sometimes. Like, I cannot interact with it right now. It is actually frozen. Huh. That's an interesting thing to see. I just made a note that the performance is dubious. Hopefully that won't actually affect my playing. God dang it. I wanted to delete that stupid file. All right. Yeah. Here we go. Actually starting to play. And just double checking. That's on. Okay. I'm not going to thoroughly read everything. I've already done a lot of... I'm at 7 FPS, 3 FPS, 4 FPS. Oh, I got 36 for a moment. Oh, now we're back at 60. Yeah, this playthrough has been kind of cursed. Streaming issues, player issues, like saving and quitting and not being able to continue. And now unimaginable lag when it's using 0.1% of my resources. So that's great. But anyway, as I was saying, I'm not going to read all the dialogue. I've already gone through a lot of it from my testers. If any of you notice anything, any grammar or spelling issues, let me know. Obviously some stuff can slip through. But for those of you that aren't in the dev space, may wonder what the whole replay thing is and why it's so important. I don't even know if I mentioned much about it, but ZQC, gotta get used to saying that, not ZC, has a mechanism known as replays, where basically you have your quest plus a replay, your quest file plus a replay uploaded to the dev's database, and whenever they release a new change to the engine, it will run through these replays like tests. For those of you that are software engineers, unit or it compares more closely to, I'd say probably unit tests, which is really awesome, because then that means whenever I update to a new version, instead of going 2 weeks of just fixing stuff that did work but broke in the new version, this will flag them whenever they try to put something new and saying, hey, this is going to break this. So instead of me having to fix it, they have to fix it, which is certainly a lot nicer. I am actually curious if it's possible to beat the Leviathan without the hook shot. I was talking to Soma about that. I think it is possible, but it requires you to have to be so much more careful. Yeah, like you have to be very intentional with your positioning. I think it's possible. This is the first time I've ever tried it. Well, we're already in phase 2. Okay, so that would be the one time. No, you'd have to use Nairu's Love. Honestly, Din's Fire would do it too. Or I can also torch myself with the candle. Nairu's Love is actually kind of adequately... I don't know why he likes to do that. It's like the one issue with him that... Technically, I have not tried using the hookshot yet. So here's a thought I have. Okay, so you could definitely torch yourself through that, which means I could probably do that. Well, oof. So Soma, it is possible to do it without the hook shot. In fact, I don't know if it would mess with the replay. I'd kind of want to do like an F6 continue. I'm going to try it. Hopefully that doesn't mess with it. All right, well, that's somewhat unfortunate. I want to actually legitimately go without it. I think candle is the way to go. You have to be very intentional with how you do it. But I think it's possible. Actually, no, I know it's possible, but how well can you do it? Like, how much damage can you actually avoid? I was going to say, how long is this going to take? Okay, so let's try this again. I'm not even going to equip. Oh. Huh. I mean, the fight's more or less the same. Just when he does the thing. Just takes a little bit more timing. Oh, okay, well. He entered the phase while I was right there. Shoot. Kind of just had to tank those hits. Or actually, no, I could have damage boosted with the candle. No. Dang it. I think it is possible, though. I don't know what technically does less damage. That does 1 1/8. Oh, candle by far. All right, well. So candle is the way to go. I don't know if I should uncap the frames. Okay, the performance is still fine. All right, let's try this again. I hate how you can see him underneath. Had to forego hits there. It's hard to not get hit there. Jeez. You pretty much just need to run immediately. Well, I should have candled. You have to candle, otherwise you will die. Oh, I actually have beams. Ah, shoot. This is actually a fun challenge. Beat the Leviathan without the hook shot. Now I think... I don't remember if we were... What Soma and I were saying was just without the hook shot, or if it was also with like the green mail. I mean, that probably wouldn't be possible, but it's also impossible because it's not even like a situation that's relevant because you will have the red mail here. That's annoying. I'm actually going to do that. I can't even throw the candle in the right direction. Okay, let's go at this again. The other thing is, too, you can use ranged, like arrows. Hello, Mido. Oh, hey, Moosh. Just for good ideas. Yeah, I want to see if he's... I mean, well, I already know he's beatable without it, but can I do it without taking, like, an actual Leviathan hit and just take candle damage? Well, if I am incapable of getting the timing down... It also allows you to get more hits. It annoys me when he does this. Oh god. This is actually bad. Yeah, I was gonna get knocked out of that. That was foolish. So it definitely is possible if you actually can get the, you know, do the right thing. Oh god. I did that the wrong way. Oh, really? I got hit by him? Interesting. Ah, he was doing that. Dang it. I'm not gonna try it too much because I already know it's possible, but at this point, it's just like how much time I will in the grinded for that perfect run, where you only take candle damage and nothing else. It also just occurred to me you don't get half magic off the bat. Technically, you should. Oh my god. He never starts with this attack. Oh god. Phase 2 already. Oh god. Sword beam actually... the candle hit killed me. Oh my god. I'm going to beat him like that. I'm not going to keep retrying for taking hits from him, though. There we go. Actually timing it. We're phase 2 very soon here. Apparently not. Oh, wait. No, still in phase 1. Oh, here we go. It's hard to sneak that hit in. Need to be very intentional where I stand. Oh. Ah, jeez. It was going so well until that. Okay, I was not going to survive another candle hit. So I'm glad that, you know, own by own boss. I mean, Leviathan is easy when you actually use... I was doing that in a more challenging way than normal. You use the hookshot, you can easily take 0 damage that whole fight. I was trying to do it with not using the hookshot because a competition, not really, that I had with Soma. I'll have to look back at that conversation and see specifically what was it we were saying. Alright, so we are on the overworld, the first overworld. And I guess I need to act like the last stream didn't exist. So Isla Heron changed substantially. Demo 5 saw a big sequence of me sort of bringing up to par parts of my quest that were developed by me when I didn't have nearly as much knowledge and experience as I do now. So Isla Heron, Temple of Heron, level 1, all saw major improvements. In fact, even from what you saw from Zach's playthrough versus this, I've actually also redone Temple of Heron, more so than I already have, and I'm actually very proud of it. Because as of now, and within the last couple years, I've had like a pattern for how I do things, a standard. For style, you know, make everything look equal, like it's all part of the same game, no real inconsistencies. And these earlier parts of the game definitely did not have that. Like, the front face of this island was like multiple screens high, making the island seem ludicrously tall, which isn't really a bad thing, except when you consider like how close... Like, there was aspects of it that just didn't make continuity sense. I fixed a lot of that. And for those of you that have seen Temple Heron from how it looked in the past, I'm really curious what you think about how it'll look now. Because, well, this is messed up. There's no water underneath these. Don't know how I missed that. But you're using flick... Oh, we do? Oh, all right. Um, I don't know. There was just inconsistencies and design flaws that are improved. Oh, what I was saying before is those of you that have seen Temple of Heron, like it say in Zach's demo 5 playthrough, compare it to how it looks now, and I'm curious what the thoughts are, because I was worried that the design just didn't. I think it looks better, but there's less. I don't know. It's hard to describe. It'll be easier to just show, obviously, since I'm about to go there. But demo 5, you actually are able to return here. You can't do much yet, not until you get another item. You get one item that lets you come back, then you get another item that lets you do more. So as a result, I did add stuff. So like you got a hammer trigger because you get the hammer. Actually, you got the hammer in demo 4, I believe. And then you have an ocarina spot. You get that in demo. I think that was also demo 4. Thought I had no enemy flags over there. That's strange. But yeah, so. I see. So yeah, this is actually my first time playing through the temple with the changes that I made. I kid you not, in the last 36 hours. No. Right after yesterday's stream, I did what you're going to see now. Yeah, so like I said, made things consistent. So I gave that part of the area a consistent look. And I was worried I would lose the waterfalls and the water that shows the decrepitness of the place, but I did my best to keep that. Anywhere where there was a waterfall, tried to not remove it, but move it. I forgot to look at the water on top of the torches on the bottom part. They look like they're the wrong C set. But I think it looks better, honestly. It was actually by happenstance I found the combo that I ended up using it that with the C set looked good, and I'm like, oh, you know what? Let's use it. There was also an issue I found with something not working here. The room that references this room, I fixed that. I did keep that though in the bottom left. I still think that looks really good, and it is a pit, so even when you get the flippers, you can't like abuse it or anything. So yeah, so like this was a waterfall. This waterfall here was going into it was in the wall up there. So I just again tried to change it in a way that still kind of keeps the aesthetic without being inconsistent with my overall quest design. Yeah, so that was a lot of what I did, just kind of making things consistent. Yeah, and I think it ultimately was a good choice. I'm gonna change this. I don't like how there's an extra row below there. That seems strange. Apparently I missed this screen. Yeah, well, clearly I made these changes just last night, and I missed some bits. Yeah, this screen definitely saw a lot of changes because these waterfalls were all down there, and I was trying to find a way where I could still do that, but this is ultimately what I came up with, and looks good except the fact that there's some inconsistencies there. Okay, so it's not perfect, but I can literally fix that all right after the stream. But yeah, so now those of you who play through my demo 5 once the definitive edition is out, the whole game should feel more succinct from how it would have basically demo 3 and on. Feels like a sewer, to be honest. Oh, really? You don't get like decrepit old temple vibes? Yeah, so I fixed this screen. I was actually using Moosh, one of your scripts, the switch sequential, I think it was. Just the one that handles multiple switches. Step switches on the right. They're on the right side. Could be the green. But yeah, I fixed that. I am really happy with the shutters. I sort of overhauled how they work, and well, that still makes that sound. So that works. Yep. Yeah, I mean, I could change what's on there. That would be very easy to change. So I'll probably do that. If you think it should be like a darker color, maybe something. I don't know. I'll look. Still a work in progress. I am seeing that there's a lot of like dark colors as well as Oh yeah, this waterfall's new. Dark colors like I don't know if this is like a red, brown, or blue. And then having green probably does stick out. Wait, if you ever could use some help with using custom palettes. Alright. I mean, yeah, like, I wouldn't be opposed to that at all. I've always been operating off the palettes that have already been, like, in, that came with the tile set. I certainly am very open to something that's custom that may give more the feel I wanted for a given place. All right, well, I forgot this. That needs to get removed. But overall, would y'all say, assuming I changed what's in the walls and the few inconsistencies we're still seeing, would y'all say that this is ultimately a better aesthetic? I hope so. Because it was actually, the changes I made here, I actually deliberated for quite some time, and just last night decided to actually do it. I mean, shoot, I wouldn't be opposed to trying custom palettes with this dungeon. Like, find the combos I want for it, and then making a palette that all those combos work well with. Ah, yes. I didn't even realize that this had a lot of Link to the Past in it. It was just whatever the 2.50 EasyGB whatever palette it was, tile set. Well, okay. Wait, only thought is that this dungeon using sprite C sets for the green currently. What do you mean sprite C sets? That's right, it doesn't work. And you're saying that this is using sprites? Because I'm using 4. So I'm a little confused. That's why I wasn't sure what you meant. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to a complete rework. I've also gotten a lot better with C sets. Like understanding what should be used when. Shoot. Easy fight. Pretty sure I'm using either 3. Well, I think it's using. I think I'm using 4. I apparently turned around. That apparently was a hit. Interesting. Yeah, this room also saw a design improvement. The water was just straight up against the sand, so I used this little edging like I do everywhere else in the game. So that's another example of like making consistent. But I mean, honestly, even if it did use one of those sprite C sets, I don't think that'd be a problem. All right. Cool. Let's get out of here. I'm going to actually save. So does it start a new replay? It didn't appear to start a new replay. I hope it's still replaying. Oh yeah, no, it did, because I could see when it updated. 9:30. So. Well, that's strange. Yeah, I mentioned I gotta change the Leviathan's dialogue if you beat him here, because he just kind of like what he tells you isn't all that important or special. Okay. Yep. So here we are going to the first main landmass. Some of these screens might be out of date because I have to actually build them from scratch. Well, not from scratch. I basically copied them, but I have to build them independent of their original screens. So if I change stuff, I gotta remember to change this too. And I might need to. Actually, I definitely have to. It's also been good. I see no errors in the console. That's very good. Very good. Also, this cutscene has not been updated because it only shows up to level 4. Yeah, this screen was updated. That's in sync with. I saw an inconsistency. Well. Yeah. Oh, fun fact. The Leviathan, I believe you'll be seeing the Leviathan again in Demo 6. For the first time in like 15, 20 hours of gameplay. Because you end up getting the flippers. So you are able to get to where the Leviathan resides. But yeah, when the game is done, when I complete it, that cutscene is gonna have screens throughout the whole game, just overworld, nothing in dungeon, of course. But yeah, it's gonna have scenes throughout. So every time I've made a new demo, I've typically updated those screens, like removed a couple and then maybe added a couple. This is the only demo I didn't do that, mainly because it's like, what's the point? I'll wait until probably the first non-demo release to do that. Yeah. Interesting. Crabs can't drown. That's annoying. I mean, crabs can swim, so it's like they can't drown, but I want them to drown because then I could just yeet them into the water like you can with me. So, okay, you can yeet a lot of enemies into the water. I don't know why I'm coming in here. You can't do anything. But yeah, you can yeet a lot of enemies in the water. If it's, like, think logically. If it's, like, thinking logically, if it's something that can drown, it can drown. I don't think crabs can technically drown. I'm pretty sure they can swim. Hey, yokels. Yes, it's working. Connor sort of saved my ability to play this by fixing it in less than a few hours of me finding the bug. But yeah, so I'll demonstrate it. I mean, you'll obviously see it, me drowning enemies, including myself, my own enemy. Yeah. Because, I mean, why not? You know? Ooh, big money. And I'm capped out. Its iframes lasted just a little longer than I was expecting. You know what? You die. First heart piece. And yeah, you do get a ton of heart pieces. Heart pieces are another one of those things that I'm going to be placing throughout the world as I do demos. And you'll probably be unbalanced at some point. But again, I'm going to wait until this quest is probably on its like version 1 release. Before I like properly distribute each of the heart pieces, because it's going to be hard to know when you can get what until you get to that point. So I mean, it's just going to be better to wait until then. She's referencing that. Actually, how does this room look now? I think... So, fun fact, this screen was originally designed for the diagonal hook shot when I first heard that it was a thing that worked, and then I saw how it worked, and then I reverted it back. Yeah. It's a cool concept, but the physics are jank, and the sprites are jank, and it was made by jank. So a big thing to note about my quest is treat it, and I'm going to say this a lot, treat it like a FromSoft game. Talk until they repeat. Because there are some NPCs that you can literally talk to 3 times and get different dialogue. And like From Software games, you get more information. Right now, some of that dialogue is placeholder-y, but eventually, like when this game is actually released, all the dialogue will be intentional and they will actually give useful information. A lot of NPCs don't give you useful information right now because a lot of it's placeholdery. I think this guy doesn't give you anything, though. Not everyone does, but you never know who will and who won't. So, to get ideas of things like you, yeah. Yeah, the hook shot as a whole works. Yeah, I know. I don't know, but I bet. I probably should put, like, I could put more than one combo of what something can trigger. Because it'd be cool to put, well, in this case, that's fine. But for, like, the level 2 candle, I'd want to put, like, an unlit torch in a bush to show that you can light bushes. Also, apparently that's not marked as buy once. It's a bit strange. Useful is an interesting word to use, I guess, but in my quest it will be at least somewhat useful. Oh, woe is me though. This sucks. Yeah, I mean, basically, but in my quest you'll get useful dialogue. Sometimes. I'll just say sometimes. I'm gonna be honest, probably sometimes. Okay, so we could buy stuff at the market. I need to spend money. It's also interesting that this appeared in the shop. It appears the whole buy once thing is not working, or checking if you have it. Yeah, I actually know how I need to modify it. So you get spin attack, and then he gives you another hint, and you can actually like select it to, you can see your scrolls, spin attack. I'm going to move my cursor back up here because annoyingly it doesn't default to a good place. Oh, and you can't forget that. That's because of Dimmy. Yeah, fair enough, Moosh. Well, what happened to the lizard? I'm just gonna say, or snake girl. Doesn't she end up happier, marginally happier? I feel like she becomes marginally happier. I need to test all this for the replay. For the replay. I don't even care what it says. Especially the hint shops. The hint shops are not good. Like, none of these hints are useful. Except maybe one. Except the fact that you hear very plain and clear that there's side quests in my quest. Why can't I talk to you? Okay. That is annoying. I thought that it ends with her revealing that she is a snake lady and is like, thank you for being nice, I guess. That's what I thought it was. That was unfortunately one of the like 2 or 3 quests in my first playthrough that I didn't do properly. Okay, also, so I can't talk to them from above. Okay, so there's a slight math error. If any of you in chat have a really good like can talk function, I've been wrestling with my logic for a while to get something that works well. Like, it works actually like almost perfect for what I want, except apparently I can't talk from above. So if any of you have something, then that'd be great. It's this way. Progress this path. Oh, okay. Okay, so yeah, you can't. Oh my god, those shots actually make it this far. Well, not really. Because I thought that they seem to have some kind of... They seem to have like a max range. You don't exist yet. Sorry if I go through dialogue quickly. Yeah. That dialogue definitely changed. I was originally going to have boss health bars be in this quest, and then I changed my mind on that. And he was that guy with the book he hinted at it. So naturally I had to change that. Annoying you can't talk from above. I'll definitely fix that between this and the last thing. One thing that's also cool with this demo is I fully implemented ocarina spots, even though you don't get the ocarina for a while. My positions may not be perfect. Oh, I forgot that I updated the sign. I like how it's just East Ocean. Yeah, well, you're on the coast. Oh, also Link's sprite was fixed, so does better stuff. And when I say his sprite was fixed, I mean like I had to change the like setting on his sprites. I don't know how you say it, but I changed how the engine determines what his sprite should be. It's like his walk animation is actually a little bit slower due to the changes I did. I did go through all the signs, so all the signs should be at least accurate to what exists. Not necessarily how I'm going to keep it, but yeah. So you can't cheat this without the ladder, I don't think. Maybe you can. I also never talked to that girl. You get extremely close. So that's supposed to be a magic boomerang spot, but Soma actually found that with the ladder you can reach it. my opinion on that is if you're willing to put that much effort into trying to get that, sure. I can very easily make it to where you can't reach it, i.e. just move it all the way to the bottom right corner. But, yeah, so you can actually select everything. So special mushroom. Maybe at some point I'll give you a way of seeing more detail. I don't know. I'm definitely still like, I like more classic style of how I do things, like classic Zelda. By that I mean not handholdy. So expect to have to use your memory to some degree in this quest. I am going to quote-unquote sequence break here. Quote-unquote, because there's technically nothing stopping you from doing this aside from the fact that it's hard to see. Especially when all the enemies spawn in one freaking place. Okay, there's no bats alive. Magic is actually balanced, which is nice. Oh god, I can die. Oh god, there's a lever right there. Okay, yeah, that's all I'm gonna be able to do there. I want to drown an Octorok. Yo, come here. Attack me. You drown. It's so satisfying just knocking enemies into the water. There's some that I want to see one that gives a tutorial every 30 minutes. Yeah, no, I'm not. Yeah, I don't want to see quests that act like a modern Zelda. That's just sad. Tutorials constantly. Oh, also, enemies are actually balanced. Granted, I'm playing in the hardest difficulty, so obviously things are going to seem a little bit more challenging. Obviously, I'm in the hardest difficulty. But, like, damage values are actually decent. Like, reasonable is probably the word I should use. Alright, what do you have to tell me? Heck yeah. Hey, Jordan. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Well, there's a lot more of that came from. There's 22, 23 videos total. They're not all fully released, but they will be as of the end of this week. Potion Witch's dialogue is actually accurate. Yeah, it's actually accurate with the combination of stuff. Also, you could pet Bunyo. More Bunyo. So I will actually get a red and a blue for a purple. So, yep. There's no sense in going down. I can't even talk to the dude. So I don't think there's anything else I could do. Like, I basically have to go towards level 1. Oh, you still can kill those in 2 hits. Look at that. With the wooden sword. So, nothing I could do here. The left side is very different. This whole region here is actually kind of updated because that area actually... What did I just hit? Also, I want to make sure I can't actually get through here. Okay, I changed this. Did I hit that Tektite? Like, did it like screen wrap or something? I hit a Tektite when there wasn't anyone near me. Okay, that's a bit strange. But yeah, that western side, this corner of the overworld is actually, I'm not going to say implemented, but it's not just vacant anymore with no true plan. There is a very good plan set for it. Yeah, and that will actually be... Yes, that will be implemented in Demo 6. I will say you get the wand. You need the wand to enter that area. At least well, yeah. Is it? I think so far I've only blocked it by the wand, which means you'll get that a little ways into Demo 6. I was gonna say, you guys gonna shoot at me or not? And then yeah, you can actually cheese this a little bit. Make your life, if you know that that's there, you can make your life a little bit easier. Oh yeah, this whole area has changed since Demo 4. Sword hitboxes have always wrapped the screen or something like that. I mean, did it hit one of the Tektites? I could be losing it. I swore I heard the Tektite hit sound. Oh, and here's the war point for level 2. Yeah, Kraz and Quarry actually using the proper names. I didn't see it. Okay. Maybe I just heard it. But I swore I heard a Tektite scream in agony. Okay. Also, I was kind of losing my mind at one point. I swore you end up being able to have 5 heart containers entering level 1. No, I believe I'll end up being at, I want to say 7, maybe 6. Not sure yet. Yeah, this forest got a... I'm going to talk about the differences between like Zach's Demo 5, because I think he's the only one that's Let's Played it. So anyone who's seen a playthrough of Demo 5 will would have to refer to his, and as well as Demo 4. So this forest, ooh, I see that. There's a little oddity there. Between Demo 4 and Demo 5, this forest was overhauled. Not only did I think I gave it the music it has now. Maybe that was in Demo 4. I don't remember. But at least the design, also there's a thing here. The design actually is more foresty. For a forest, it wasn't very foresty. Now it's foresty. And there's also this here, which I don't know if this is going to cause too much intrigue in players, but I made this here simply as a shortcut. Well, it's a shortcut, but it also hints you. So, like, okay, you can clearly see this tree's different. And that, knowing that is actually relevant. Ooh. Lots of money, jeez. Oh, did you actually rewind and check? Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was funny. This forest, I believe, if I recall correctly, was like a big... Like, it was... This region pioneered my whole, like, every screen might have a different palette situation. It doesn't. But, like, when my whole palette stuff started, like, this was the area... Actually, no, it was this area that motivated it. Because there's a screen over here that has this palette with the blue forest... Like, oh, that's interesting. On the same that screen with this, with one of these C sets from this palette is also on a coastal screen, and I needed to have the flexibility to not show, like, as your screen transitioning, black tiles, which is what would happen because if there wasn't a proper C set or proper coloring, that's just what would happen. So that sort of pioneered what would eventually become the mechanics that I use all throughout the quest for having different palettes. Okay, I thought that was going to stay open. I was going to be real upset. Also, the rate at which it closes seems to vary. So it closes slowly, but if I pursue it, it snaps shut. Let's snap shut a little quicker. This is a side quest that I need to figure out, because I have not done any figuring out on that yet. I assume Demo 6, I'll actually start doing stuff with that. The thing is, there's going to be... Okay, so I guess I can kind of talk about my roadmap for... Oh, crap. Alright, well... I wanted you. God, that's a lot of damage. I can kind of talk about the roadmap. There's grass in the wall. Alright. Oh, also, this is very different here. Anyway, the roadmap for this quest. So this is demo 5. Demo 6 is going to have... So demo 5 was basically levels between level 4 up until level 6. Demo 6 is going to have levels 7, 8, and 9. And then demo 7 is going to have 10, 11, 12, because there will be 12 primary dungeons. And then version 1, I will call it, will basically have like the end, basically. Like, you'll be done with level 12, or wait, no. So 6 is 7, 8, 9, 7 is 10, 11, 12. So there won't be a demo 8. Demo 8 will be version 1. And that'll basically be the first version of this quest that you can beat start to finish main story. So there won't be much, like, I may not have all the side quests done. I may not have any post-game stuff done. Actually, I probably won't, because then I'm thinking version 2 will have, like, that'll be, like, the finished product, where, like, all the optional stuff I had in mind is done, the post-game is done, and, of course, you can beat the game start to finish. Anyway, a lot to say about level 1 here. Base mechanics are pretty much... I can't talk from above. The same of this dungeon. Obviously, the aesthetic is very different. For such a long time, basically since I built level 1, there's something about it I didn't like. Like, it was actually one of my least favorite dungeons. Especially compared to, like, level 2, which the aesthetic of level 2 is still one of my favorites. It's not my favorite anymore, but it's, like, top 3. And I eventually came to the realization that it's because this is a grotto and it didn't feel like a grotto. And at the time so this is level 1. It was literally the second dungeon I created for the quest. The third dungeon I've ever created in Zelda Classic, or ZQuest Classic. So my mind on how you make a dungeon was very young, very primitive. But now that at the point that I redid all this, I had already designed up to level 6. So I gained more experience, and, you know, I learned you don't need walls to funnel the player certain ways, to make barriers. You don't need walls for everything. And I'll demonstrate this. So hitting the secret triggers removes the barriers. Oh no, I'm stuck. Well, nice. So it's not really a huge deal. This is the first time you're actually able to walk over here. Also, fun fact, when I was redesigning this, I actually looked back at how I originally designed level 1 way back, and I took a little bit of inspiration in some spots. Also, the hint that the owl gave you at the start is actually not even useful anymore. The hint was regarding the fact that this switch used to be under a pot. Clearly, it's not under a pot anymore, so that hint's kind of pointless. But yeah, so I didn't like this dungeon, and then frickin' Snake. I realized that it was because the way I designed it just didn't feel like it could have. Like, I feel like I wasted how good this place could have looked. But now, and also, yes, that rope did come out of the tree. That's not a bad enemy flag. I like the idea of a snake coming out of a tree, which I do on this screen too. If you pay attention, the snakes come out of the trees. They don't get stuck, so it works fine. But yeah, I like the idea of them coming out of the trees. So in addition to me enhancing the design, I did also add more blockages, so to speak. I feel like in my quest up until this demo, and this demo still does this, the enemies are like almost just a nuisance. Like, there's no reason that you even need to kill them, because in a lot of rooms you're able to just bypass them. And that's no fun. Like, there has to be a reason to kill the enemies. There should also be a reward instead of them just being a nuisance. So I tried to remedy that. And, well, I forgot those guys can drown. Alright, bye. So yeah, I tried to do that a little bit. You'll notice a lot of these screens... Okay, apparently enemies item... What? Okay, well, for an enemy's item screen, that is very strange to see. Okay. I actually think I will be editing this playthrough, so that'll be good. I'll be able to catch oddities like that. Yeah. But yeah, so this dungeon, heavily overhauled. I actually like it now. My years-long dislike for this dungeon is completely gone now. I think it's really fun now. I think it looks good. Like I said, this quest is still... There's still a lot of enemies you don't need to kill. Also, this is something I did later on in my quest, where portraying an area that shows that like something goes underneath it, whether it be the player, water, whatever. Also, my boomerang was nerfed, so it doesn't stun as long. I'm just gonna grab this because otherwise it's gone. So you can kind of see that that's going underneath. The oil is going underneath. I don't know why there aren't trees on the left edge. I feel like I should have... I thought I did that. Apparently not. But, yeah, so fun fact about the whole, like, walking across these barriers. That was always possible. All the way back to whatever demo this dungeon was done in. But I didn't capitalize on it. I was so adamant I wanted that as a mechanic, and then I didn't capitalize on it just because the dungeon didn't accommodate it. Now it accommodates it. That probably contributed to my dislike. That guy might actually one-shot you. So this is a bit of a secret thing. You do have a second way of getting here, but it's by no means like a mandatory thing to see. It's just some lore, basically. Liquid flow and engine trigger stuff. No, I didn't get to that yet. Everything I've been doing quest dev related has been towards getting demos 5 done so that I can close the book on this chapter. So yeah, that did look strange. But like I said, you actually have an alternative way to see this if you trigger the thing before getting in here. Also, all the enemies are back now. Or not. So yeah. How you doing, Emily? But yeah, it's also cool because eventually you'll see that cave and you'll go in it and then you'll be like, oh, that takes me to level 1. Neat. Not super valuable, but neat. I mean, I have a pretty big world. I have 4 overworlds. Basically the total square footage of 3 full overworlds. So I need things to fill that space, and I feel like lore is a good use of that. All right, I want you to drown. There we go. I like how it doesn't even play the death sound. It plays the hit sound from hitting it, and then it's just gone. All right. Yeah, I very much like how this dungeon looks now. Dang it, I want you guys to drown. Oh well. But like I was saying, the overall mechanics haven't changed much. So like where the keys are and how the dungeon flows is still mostly the same. There's a couple of screens on the right side of B1, I believe, that I actually did. They were screens you kind of just sprinted through, but I actually created a flow now. To where having those screens is more than just navigational screens. Like you actually have things to do. Which is good. Okay. So this is one thing that, as a result of my changes, I don't actually know how entirely it was affected. Because this block puzzle was made a little bit challenging because it was a bit confined of a space. It seems like perhaps it was made a little bit easier. But you're also in level 1. So this is like the one time I don't capitalize on it. It's fine. It's literally the only one now that doesn't capitalize on. Oh, I said that there was one instance where the flow kind of changes. Actually 2. And we're about to see one of them somewhat soon, maybe? Maybe not. Oh, God. Okay, well, interesting. He drowned, and then he also was able to die. Also, he kind of just willingly walked into it. That was weird. Yeah. Oh, you actually have to go up this way. That's right. Much more intentional design here instead of just me as an amateur. Not saying I'm not an amateur now, but I'm 5 years less an amateur now. 4 years less than when I made this. Intentional design. Actually intentional design. So these upcoming couple screens just felt really bland to me. There's actually things going on with them now. So, yeah. You have this here. Can't do anything about this. But you will once you get the actual candle. More playing around with the script that... Okay, I couldn't press anything. That does the flows. Oh, God. Yeah. Just because Emily says, oh, you could do this really nicely in Engine, Moosh is just like, okay, how can I make the script for this even more absurd? Yeah. Oh. That tree up there doesn't look right. It's missing its upper left half. That's awkward. Okay, I walked into that. My God, that dropped a full magic refill. Okay, I still couldn't hit... I couldn't use my sword. Yeah, so these screens changed a bit. Well, that's not what I meant to do. I actually want to go around here. Oh, and it's kind of funny. There was still elements of laziness here. And basically, anytime you see one of these, I will tell you right now, almost anytime you see one of those rocks, it's because it's a space that a tree did not fit in. And I was like, oh, I think there's a rupee down there. There was a rupee. Oh, well. So you don't miss anything crucial. But it's an instance where a tree didn't fit. And I don't want you to be able to, like, walk where you shouldn't. So I'm like, have a rock. That solves problems. Oh, really? You can. Actually, I think I remember you telling me that. So there's the map. Same place it always was in. I might want to put like a ladder here so you get a nice little shortcut back up instead of having to go all the way around. Because that's, I mean, it's not a long walk, but a little pathway there would look kind of cool. The other cool thing is I was very much I don't want to say unfamiliar, but like it was always tough for me to know like what I have in my tile set that I can use. It still is tough to this day, but I'm much more familiar with it now, and I didn't really expand that far with this dungeon. Like I use a lot of things, like even the fact that I'm using like a peg blocker right there is a bit strange that I still might want to change. Also, underneath that stair looks a little weird. Whoa. Wow, I walked on that a lot. The oil candle. Hooray. Combo triggers. Actually use combo triggers there. Demo 5, I use a lot of combo triggers. Being here, it actually might be more efficient to just backtrack a little bit before going deeper in. Oh, God. Please do not kill me. I was just watching the console go nuts because of all the the L and E weapons spawning in here. I need some health. This is not looking good for me. Now it is. Getting 4 hits each round is kind of nuts. Jeez. Certainly very aggressive. No, not what I want to do. Okay. Actually going the other way is a good idea. I thought enemies couldn't walk here. All right, or maybe that rope was just refusing to walk there earlier. Oh yeah, that's another one you can't actually capitalize on that. So let's unlock these. I'm gonna just hide out. I'm here simply to... Oh god. Just want to hit that. Oh, and I actually have this candle, so I can do that. There we go. I don't have any reason to go down. Yeah, this whole area looks really neat. I like it. But one big thing that is going to happen in Demo 6 is scripts refactoring. Well, more. I shouldn't say scripts refactoring. I should just say re-looking at scripts. I would not be surprised at all if I have a bunch of unused scripts. Oh, also these screens very much changed. I probably have a lot of scripts that aren't even being used, and then things that are scripted that don't need to be scripted. For instance, solid FFCs didn't really exist in Demo 4. Like they did exist, but they were in like beta. Oh my god. It's not actually that hard to get through here if you know, don't suck. I will save. So, what happens to how does the replay work now? Because now I've saved and quit. Is this gonna continue the replay, or is this gonna create a new replay? Also, that took a long time to load. So you can hit that. Nice shortcut. It continues the replay? Okay. Because I was worried I'd have to, like, break it up. Like, have multiple replays. But if it all ends up being just one replay, that's perfect. I am really excited for the whole replay thing. I'm really, really excited to... Oh, my frame rate went down to, like, 38. Weird. Hey, this actually behaved right. I did notice this build has performance issues. It occasionally lags like crazy. Which is weird because I've never really seen ZC lag. Especially considering it generally takes like 1% of my CPU. So seeing it lag is definitely not a computer issue. Okay. No, it was not the oil spreading script, Moosh, because before this build, no issues. And in fact, this map is more performant. Also, this map is not working. It was working before this build. I was operating off of a build from June, and it did not do that. The oil script is fantastic. The oil spreading. I love that script. It works so well. Making me use all my magic when I shouldn't. Okay. Okay. So I triggered 3 of 4. Also, these do not look right. It's not water under them. Ow. God, that thing was beelining it for me. So, nice shortcut. We're going to the bottom right of the dungeon. And this time, not dying. Okay, you can't actually make that if you don't shove your face up against the wall. Ah, yes. Yeah, so these screens are very different. Very different. I feel like this area is a lot more actually engaging to the player. There's things to do. Like I said, things. There has to be things to do. That was lovely. Full refill. Placing all these trees was not fun. I will say that. That was annoying. Okay, you're just gonna walk straight up on something you shouldn't? Oh god. Alright. Well, that's something that needs to change, because ow. These are utilizing bridge combos, because bridge combos are cool. Hit this before I die and have to backtrack. I believe this is a utility item. Oh yeah, that's me showing off an item bundle I made. 3 hearts and a small magic jar. Ah, yes. Yeah, don't use the Ken on this screen. You're just asking to die. So Zach found this issue. I removed in this dungeon remastering, as I've liked to call it. I didn't replace that lock block, so there was an extra key you had because I removed a lock that didn't re-give you a lock. It's weird that that's not igniting them. Yeah, see, these screens you can kind of just blow your way through, which I don't love. Okay. Now, luckily, this thing doesn't do 18 hearts of damage anymore, so I can take a hit. Oh, also, hitting him actually does make him die faster. I kid you not. I did wrong damage maths with how the damage was calculated with the big guys, the chungos. That's the official name. Also, not kidding. And they were doing 18 hearts of damage. So yeah, easily a one shot. Okay, let's finish this place. So, question: should I try to beat every boss that I have in a challenge fashion? Because well, actually, there really isn't a challenge way to beat this boss. You kind of just beat him. Yeah. I use this screen a lot for testing the oil spread because it's a big screen. You can really see it. Okay. I'll fight Hazaran normally. Actually, I'm not gonna use bombs. So this scene was actually enhanced. With the remastering of this dungeon, I redid this whole situation. That was an idea I had for a long time and actually sat down and did it. Thank you, Moosh, for helping me make this what it is. Why did you do that immediately? He's... what? Okay. You're literally only doing this. That was not happening before. Okay. A little bit bothered by that. Boss is quite easy now since its main threatening thing is no longer happening. Why is he literally doing nothing? I've not touched his script in that way. Like in any way that would cause that to happen. Yeah, I'll do him a favor. I have no magic. I can't do him any favors. I have potions. I'm not using them. Ugh. Really? That didn't hit? He actually did something. That wasn't just this. Oh, this is so annoying. The script apparently got completely botched. Yeah, I'm just giving myself magic. Because, like, this whole screen works now, and it does exactly what I want it to do. Oh, my God. Maybe the color is wrong. Actually, I think I am aware of a color being wrong. I can't talk from above. That was frustrating. Also, the book is now on fire. So that was annoying. Also, there was like a noticeable delay from hitting the edge of the screen and actually screen transitioning. It's strange. Make sure that this is okay. That's lovely. Oh, I never even thought about them being a region. That is true. I didn't think of that. Making it a region. Huh. But yeah, this tree down here that you can light with this candle. I mean, it doesn't really do anything for you other than it's just a minor shortcut. Also, it occurred to me I could have had more magic going into in the level 1. I never went in that house. Unfortunately. I missed that. Oh, God. Do not get riddled with arrows. Yeah, I'll have to look at the Hazaran script and figure out why the heck he just suddenly started not working. Quiver and arrows. Yes. Can't do anything yet because I do not actually have the bow. Yeah, I'll definitely make that a region because that could that would very much simplify that. Because I'm doing like a whole bitmap draw screen. I wouldn't need to do any of that. Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't come in here. Also, all these bookshelves are going to be readable at some point. I just need to actually write dialogue for that. Like, any player will be doing themselves a major disservice for not going out and reading stuff. Because you learn, again, taking inspiration from FromSoft games, Dark Souls and Elden Ring, you will probably only get 10 to 20% of what lore and such... Oh, that and that are inconsistent. Of what there is in this world, 10 to 20% if you just, you know, beat the main story. Side quests and reading stuff is the other 80. Yeah, I like FromSoft and how they make it to where you actually need to seek out. There's technically no point to me doing this, so I'm not going to reveal it. You ultimately need the bracelet for that. 1,000+ lines of dialogue. Well, I'm like 2/3 of the way, and I've probably got like 800 or 900. So there's going to be a lot more. I have an actual lore file, which is kind of turning into a small book. It's mainly just like a note sheet for me. Okay, I'm going to do a save here. Also as like a break off point for Connor. Wow, it takes a minute to load. It will load eventually. How are you writing your dialogue? Well, current... Okay, is this going to load? I just have like a text file right now that I currently write. I don't know what's going on now. But aside from that, how it's actually in the game, ZC is stuck. Okay. The console was doing nothing, so it's not like errors are being thrown. It just was stuck. Like I said, performance in this is not great. And just to show y'all, this is what I'm currently on. It's the one that Connor just released on the 12th, so early this morning. So this, I used to have a lens trigger here. I removed it because I expect once you have the lens to actually explore the game. This is a thing. Not one I can do anything with right now, obviously, but yeah, that is a thing. But writing dialogue, just normal strings within, you know, the string editor, and then using signpost scripts. I know I'm well aware that you could do signposts with the combo type, but I don't want to have thousands of signpost combos. That would just take maintaining that would be nightmarish. So I'm probably gonna stick with my script. Well, I have many versions of my quest, so if it did anything like that, then I'm not concerned. Oh, really? Good to know. Bomb bag. Bomb expansion. You are a solid dude? Okay. Since fully integrating solid FFCs, I've found some that were not. So I needed to actually go back and make them solid. I have not yokels, but I have my own NPC script. NPC script that is very easy to set up. I actually have numerous scripts that handle a wide array of things, handling like triggering based on certain criteria, in multiple ways triggering, like spawn, they despawn, they give items. I have a whole bunch of stuff like that. So unless you need more than one. I mean, I have multiple signposts per screen in some instances. Oh, I see. Okay. I don't know. I'm content with what I have right now, so I'm probably gonna stick with that. Also, I want to go this way. No, technically this way. Yeah, that's basically what I'm doing, yokels. Yeah. All of my signposts, all of my people are FSCs. So this is actually going to be a side quest regarding this, a very short and minor one, but it does involve you not taking this right now. It's not implemented right now, so I don't care. I'm grabbing it. I probably will make it to where you can burn stuff with the candle here. Candle things, there really isn't much. I have the battle arena. I'm a little afraid. So in this playthrough, I'm well aware that stuff might be broken because like Zach and everyone else that's played through has done it on the build from June. This is the first time I'm playing it on a current build since a lot of things have changed. So I'm a little concerned. Like, some things have been broken. Yeah. So, oh, I don't have the lantern yet. Well, technically, I can't do anything new there. Yeah. Oh, technically, I should go to level 2. Just grab the bow and then do my exploration. Oh god, you guys take multiple hits. Well, things hit hard in Paladin mode. Hey. These still work. It's good to see. Never know what'll spontaneously be broken. Cool. Yeah, level 2 actually did have a lot of stuff done in my old ways that I did update. So level 2 did still experience some of the old ways of how I did things. It's a good thing I modified that, updated it. Okay, so now I have the bow. So that does add a couple of things I can do. Trying to think, what is the first thing? Takes a long time for those guys to shoot. Jeez, those actually could be shooter combos now. I just realized. Actually, they should be shooter combos. That would simplify a lot of how that works. Everything I could do with the bow and candle. Bow is powerful. Candle thing up here. Okay. I couldn't remember if I actually put money there or not. Apparently I did. Can't do anything here. Yep. Well, that snake took 2 hits. Interesting. Yeah, funny, that rupee I put there, you will not be able to get to for a long time. These bomb lobbers are very weak to arrows. That goes for their stronger counterparts as well. Dang it, I wanted to drown that snake. Well, I meant to shoot that up. That also was meant to go up. Okay. Oh, this has the arrow thing I was thinking of. I should change these pots to be more consistent. So it used to be a thing where you could have the level 2 lantern at this point and you could see what you can do. I heavily delayed when you get the level 2 lantern, so a blind player would need to know to come over here. But after you see it, you should be able to realize, oh wait, I could have just stood here and shot there. Also, I should go back to Verity Village because I can buy a quiver upgrade. Ah, yes. Also, a good rule of thumb for anyone playing this quest, if an enemy takes more than, I would say, like 4 or 5 hits to kill with a given thing you're using, it means you're using the wrong thing to kill them. So if you're just expecting to use sword on everything, you're gonna take a lot of hits on certain enemies. Yep, I'm aware of Emily. That screen was just not updated in a very long time. Like even the shooter being where it is, or that being a shooter enemy, I wouldn't use that anymore. I just haven't gone back to that screen. Yeah, there's a lot of screens that technically need to be updated with new stuff. A ton of things. Because Demo 5 was the first demo where I like wholeheartedly used combo triggers. Ah, yes. In Zach's playthrough, this was bugged, and he bought an extra one when you weren't supposed to. But that's fixed now. Mirror change was a weaker... Oh, wait. Your combos can reflect, duplicate all sorts. Oh, you're talking just all weapon types. Oh, okay. Good to know. Good to know. I could probably leverage that for other weapon types. I could trigger that, but I can't do anything with it. Battle Arena. And maybe I'll play around with the Battle Arena. How you're saying you could do it without script. I don't know, though. I kind of like having the flexibility of a script on that. With that. Oh, okay. That's good to know. So that taking 3 hits. I might need to slightly balance that particular bomb lobber, I think is just what I call him. Yeah. Yeah, especially considering if I wanted to have a battle arena with a bit more variance or something. Like, I could do something like that. I don't know. I like some things I don't see myself adapting from script because I just like the flexibility of scripts. Like my signpost, I am probably always going to use scripts for that because I like that flexibility. Okay, so let's do the battle arena, which hopefully is not absolutely busted like it was somewhat recently. Still my favorite dialogue of all the dialogue in my quest. It's just funny. Like, my quest is a very serious quest, and, like, there's definitely going to be numerous elements of whimsy. This is a really good one. Can't talk from above. Well. Ah. I did change that guy's dialogue. I should actually probably, instead of... Arrows would make a lot more sense there than hearts, because you have a healing spot over here. Yeah, I'm going to make that where you buy arrows instead. That makes a lot more sense to me. I also I modified the values of the tickets. Okay. Your solidity is strange. I'll need to look at that. Although the candle is actually much more valuable here. I did remove the spikes. I just felt it was a way to make it a little bit easier. It's the first battle arena. It doesn't need to be super hard. It's already pretty challenging as it is. So, yes, I did remove the spikes. Well, I'm walking into stuff now. Raccoon has 2 Cs. Oh. Whoops. Typo. The arrows would not be bad to use here. But magic is basically free, so... Oh my god. Great, I fixed... I fixed the projectiles that one raccoon's throwing. Great. So now I can actually get hit by him. The little rocks weren't really doing damage at one point. Can someone drop hearts, please? I would very much appreciate that. Oh, well. Heart. Yes. was hoping he'd walk into that. They kind of did. Dang it. Of course, these guys don't have a limited range. That still hit me? Holy crap. I'm just dead. There's no way I survive this. But yeah, you could technically make your life with these things a little easier if you just, like, do damage to them and then hit them with the candle. They'll run around burning for less time. Slightly less time. Yes. Ha! Got it. Also, Zach was not... he didn't fancy getting hit while you were stuck there, so I made you... I forgot what I did. I think I just made you invincible. Alright, we're gonna use sword. Okay. I think I did buff this guy a little bit. I gave him a little more health. Okay, well... That still hits you. My god. Alright, you know what? No, we're using my weapons here. You hit nothing. You also hit nothing. Okay, I need to adjust that. He's not throwing the raccoons. Well, that was interesting. Okay. He needs some adjusting. So this is a very different item from what it was for the longest time. The word can is kind of obscure on the rock a bit. Yeah. You get the bracelet, which the level 1 bracelet is actually an optional item. Or I guess Landscaper's Glove. Yeah, that is an optional item. You don't need it. Level 2, you will need. That's a dungeon item later on. But yeah, level 1, you could not get it. And technically, all the items that are blocked by it, you can get with the level 2 bracelet. So there's really no reason to ever... There's a lot of stuff in this quest that you're not going to need to do. A lot of things. So... There's actually a number of things I can do. And honestly, F6ing probably would be the best thing to do. Because there's... No. But... I'm going to copy my save because I... Oh, great. That's still happening. That bug that no one else was able to replicate. Where immediately after copying a file, you can't load it. Otherwise, ZC kills itself. Okay, I guess we're just gonna sit here and look at this for a minute. So level 2, level 1 bracelet's not required to get into level 2. The only thing required to getting into level 2 is the candle, the level 1 item. That was a nice loading time. Also, my A button was reset. That's still happening. Great. I have absolutely nothing that controls that, so that's engine just doing something weird. Okay, so bracelet things. Oh, that's right. I tried to F6 and then ZC killed itself. Fantastic. Okay, I'm missing a continue point script there. It's lovely. My subscreen is 99% engine. The only thing that's not engine is my magic bar and that. That's the only thing that's not engine. Everything else is engine. So the fact that that's happening is funny, especially when you consider the main motivator for me getting away from my scripted subscreen. I think go up here, was because of items not behaving right. So that's nice. That's nice. There actually isn't a reason to coming in here quite yet. You need level 2 bracelet and ladder. Well, or ladder. Yeah. I want to have 6, but it's going to take me back to the Raccoon Hollow. unfortunately. Actually, technically, if I went on the screen where a dungeon is, it wouldn't. I changed how F6ing works and where it takes you. So here, it should take me right there. Yes. There's a thing I could do down here. Yep. This is a fairly new addition. I actually added this during Zach's playthrough. So he had to retroactively come back here. I saw that a crab spawned up there. That's annoying. Lovely. Okay, I'm just trying to get past y'all. Engine save points? No, I'm not. I use scripts. Scripts control where F6 continuing goes. Which is what I was talking about. I'm missing a... missing that. So this is a thing. And this is the first example of something I like doing a lot in my quest. So, first of all, there's continuity between caves and overworlds. So you can see I'm on the very bottom of Northeast and Tyrannus. And yet, I can go down here. I didn't fix that. But you can even see in the upper right, my map changed. Oh, I can't actually do this because I don't have the ladder yet. I'm a little premature. Yeah. That'll be a cool thing later on. Or are you talking about, like, my actual saving? I see. So, bracelet things. There is a thing I could do right here that is a bracelet thing, but it's money. So, there's no point. There really isn't too many things yet. So, let's just go up towards level 2. Okay. The main rewards for having the bracelet coming into this area is shortcuts. So, you know, obviously once I have the ladder, but you get prize by having it, even though it's like it's not required, but you still get prize for having it. The levers are very resistant to the arrows, so do not try to shoot the levers with arrows. You will have to use a lot of arrows to kill them. Let's do this one. That takes me to the right one. And then you have this one. This takes me to, yeah. And then all I have left is this top left one. And then I just go through that cave down here and I get my reward. Nice. 6 heart container sounds right for level 2. So everything is accounted for. I do have 11 heart pieces. I don't think I can get even one more. I think this is the best I can do. So let's head into level 2. Level 2. This was my favorite dungeon aesthetically for a long time. And then Sealed Abyss happened. Whoops. So there isn't really an indication of this. This was just something that I did because it personally was nice for me. This thing got annoying. You could just do that because I got annoyed trying to walk right there and it was in my way. So again, something you wouldn't know if you weren't me, or if you didn't play this before. Oops. All right. Unlocking shortcuts. Oh, that one is actually a thing. I believe you want to start this way. Also, undead do not like fire. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. The undead do not like the fire. As you do. Do your rings do anything? What rings? So I guess something I should clarify about this quest. I do want this to be a somewhat more classic style quest without... Like, obviously I have fanciness, but I still want to maintain a somewhat classic feel. Which I guess is kind of hard to describe what I consider classic feel. I guess just really... My attempt is trying to keep to, like... Not super complex. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it, really. It shows rings like these. No. Other than just telling you what they are. So there's a lot of like very fancy stuff that I could do that I don't see myself doing at this point in time. Perhaps if I do another quest, sure. But yeah, there's a lot of fancy things that I could do, but I like where my quest is and how it's working. So. Oh, you're just... I thought you're... I was thinking something else. They're just a collectible that unlocks a thing later on in the game. It's a collectible that is very post-game related. And I'll probably make some non-post-game related stuff for them. Like where having them actually affects non-post game. But at this point in time, the Legionnaire rings just okay. They're gonna unlock a thing in post game, basically. Then there is some dialogue here. I probably should not have started this dungeon because I have to be off in less than 10 minutes. I didn't realize it was already almost 11. So this, I actually made this available right away. It used to require the dungeon item, which should be somewhat obvious at this point what it was. I'll give you a hint. There used to be a deep water combo right here like those. Yeah. But yeah, it'll unlock a thing in post-game, and I'm going to have a ton of post-game stuff. There's a reason why version 1 of my quest is not going to have post-game stuff. Because that's going to be a whole thing, especially in Paladin mode. Once I actually implement Paladin mode to the point where I'm planning... Oh, which way do I want to go? I'm going to go this way. Paladin mode is going to do much more... It's the hardest difficulty in the game, but it's much more than just a difficulty. It's going to actually be a slightly different game. Like, a lot of the base flow of the quest will remain the same, but there's going to be very notable... I should move that to not be practically right up against the edge of the screen. Major things are going to be different. Put it that way. Okay, so this screen was overhauled to be less terrible mechanically. From a player perspective, it probably seemed just slightly jank, but now from a me perspective, it actually is nice because it was terrible before. Yeah, candle's your friend for... Okay, can I throw the candle the direction I want to throw it? Candle's your friend here. Best friend. Yes. Okay. I always forget if going under in that way versus going this way is better. I think going this way... Dang it, I was wrong. I guessed wrong. I always forget which way is better to start off with, and it's not this way. Go under the bridges. Under the bridges is good first. Oops, well. Technically, it would be better to go this way first. Again, Candle's your best friend. Oh, yeah. So level 2 did see some changes aesthetically, design-wise, and even mechanically. Well, I guess it is still technically design. Well, no, the mechanics are improved. Mostly the same, but, like, these walls were doing really weird things. I, like, could not figure out how to get walls to do what I wanted them to do, or to, like, make them work with the place when I originally made this place, and I have fixed that. It actually works well. Again, kind of going into that standardizing of design. Also, this is no longer just a button. It's actually your bomb. Makes a lot more sense than just a switch, which apparently that's still there. I wonder if that was there before I bombed. I don't think it was, actually. I think it was once secrets were triggered that happened. Also, those enemies spawn there. Okay, I saw that. They were stuck. Yeah, I kind of use buttons everywhere. In, like, Demo 4, Demo 3, Demo 2. Basically, everything before Demo 5. So, I started using different kinds of secrets, which is good. More diversity. Not everything should be a button. There are other ways of triggering things than buttons. Okay, so now we take the top path. And you apparently spawn down here. Don't sprint everywhere. Oh, God. Oh, his iframes got me. Yeah, so getting grabbed by them is not super punishing. It's not great, but you're probably not going to get killed by it, depending on your health before getting grabbed. Okay. I'll probably remove this rupee. Well, animation canceling. Run into my torch to cancel the animation. Nice. And there's the ladder. Very easy to fall off because ladder is jank. Also, just going to point out what my highlight text is for the ladder. You fall in water now. Yep. Nice shortcuts. It's a reward for having the ladder. If you pay attention, it actually saves you time. I don't think Candle does better than bombs. Bombs are the Legionnaire's weakness. You can light sconces in this room to make seeing a little easier, but nah. It's no big deal. The screen shake is script. I did that via script. A very simple FSC script. I think you do technically want to go this way first. Going this way actually is good. So there's really nothing back the other way. This isn't how I normally flow this, run this place. Okay. Very rude. Yeah, how I have water behind the walls there. I'll probably do what I did to Isle of Heron. You are walking on walls, sir. That's unnerving. Janky Zelda enemy is walking on walls. Repeatedly. Got a nice key here. Well, I'm glad I was able to make substantial progress in the stream. Okay, I'm out of magic. Especially after the disaster that was yesterday. So here's the thing that you wouldn't necessarily know. Oh, I'm also out of magic, so I can't even do it. I was hoping I'd get magic from that, Keys. You can use the fire and... Okay, screw this. Ugh, I needed 1 dose of magic. Fire and arrows. Oh, nice. That's what I needed. To light a torch over here. Not knowing that just means you have a longer walk. Because like shooting that, well, you just hit a Stalfos. But if you do that, you light that and it gives you a shortcut. It just means, because there's 3 entrances to this dungeon. And knowing that literally just saves you having to leave and re-enter from there. Okay, so this is kind of the big block puzzle. Most dungeons will have a big bad block puzzle to solve. And this is this dungeon's one. Oh, that was a nice lag spike in ZC. Thank you. Yeah, I give myself magic now. Okay, so if I recall correctly, you want to start by doing something like that. And then a little bit of that. And then this goes over here. Down, over. That'll eventually go onto that switch, but I first need to get this guy. Okay, no. This is an instance where I'm okay letting the switches not lock the blocks in. So you do that. Looks like I remember this puzzle. Sweet. There's really no way to cheese that, as far as I'm aware. Although, you know, I will actually leave through this. Because with the ladder, I can do this. And I can grab a very important item. If it's setting screen quake, you can just do that via triggers tab now. Oh, okay. Well, good to know. That is basically what I'm doing. So there's really not much left here. I have 3 keys, which is everything I need to finish this place. Which I do from the right side over here. Right here. Of course, you need the ladder to do that. Now I'm over here. Switch. Shortcut. If you die or whatever. Do not use the sword on the bats. Not efficient. Not compared to, like, say, arrows. So this is an instance where you need to use this mechanic to proceed forward. I think hitting that in the upper left did this, which is another shortcut down here. And then ultimately, it's unlocking this that opens the room wide up. I said that weird, but y'all know what I mean. Final key. I think I did actually remove a lock from this place. No. I missed a key and I know exactly where it is. So I'm actually in good shape. It's actually a shame I died where I did. I need to remember where that shortcut connects. It's a key in the absolute bottom left corner here. This one. Apparently I need to re-kill you guys. There we go. Lovely. So now I can finish this place officially. I will need to remember where that shortcut is. I'm actually going to step away for just a moment. Be right back. Sorry about that. I'm sure the y'all on the replays are gonna appreciate me just sitting there. So shortcut to this. Actually, I think it is this way. Yeah, because I can unlock that, but I can't reach it. I probably could remove a key. Might look into that. You actually can go down here and grab yourself some arrows, top yourself off. Excuse me, hope no one heard that. I believe the shortcut you want is actually this one. Yeah, because that takes you here. Yeah, that is the shortcut I intend on you using. Because now I'm just right here. Yeah, literally where I want to be. That is a good shortcut. Because now I unlock this, and I unlock this. And there's still a rock there in my way, which you trigger with le arrows. Pause the game like in the escape. Oh, so actually doing this is what you would prefer? Okay. I didn't know if that acted weird with the replay system. And that's what I normally do. I normally don't pause like this. I usually pause with that. So that's good to know. Okay, so boss time. Well, that was strange. I saw that. I'm going to conserve some magic. And Link just kind of pops over to the left side. That's going to be enhanced at some point. Still my favorite cutscene in the game. Yeah, this dialogue is definitely not weird in any way. I've gone over this dialogue so many times. Yeah, I put so much effort into this cutscene. It's so good. The Metroid Prime or Metroid Fusion music works so well. Okay, so we're gonna expedite. Okay, thanks. Frickin' joystick. Also spawning that right there is a little annoying. Having this many ghosts here is not great. I am going to not use the candle on him because that is his weakness, and that kills him really quickly. Whoa, okay. Pay attention to his patterns. Oh, I forgot that the candles close in like that. His attacks are actually really easy to avoid if you know how to do so. So what's cool about this boss, I felt like I could make him as aggressive as I wanted to because... Oh, really? This phase where he just runs around spawning Guineas is infinite. He will do that. It's not infinite Guineas, but also it looked like those swings did not hit me. It did not hit me. Shoot. Okay, candle time. Just one hit. He'll only spawn up to 4 or 5 Guineas, and then he'll just float around. He literally won't do anything else. So I felt like, yeah, I can make him really hard, you know. Yeah, so if you wanted to talk to him after you got the key, this is your only chance, because I believe he is gone. That's the case with a bunch of NPCs, where you'll have a limited amount of time to actually talk to them. Okay, now I should be able to... F6 continue should take me back to here. Brilliant. Alright, so that is 2 dungeons done. And that will actually be it for this stream. I'm just coming this way to heal up. And crabs are afraid of non-sand, which is why they're not here. So that'll be it. Yeah, it was nice to actually get to play this. Actually get to do this playthrough. Last night was not a good indication after the issues that I was experiencing, but seems to be mostly good now. Some weird performance related stuff. And I do have some things to fix. Some hopefully small things. I don't know why the Hazaran was just not doing the right thing. It was immediately choosing to spray the oil and not do, because like it's supposed to walk for like a second, maybe two or 3 seconds, and while it's doing that, it's supposed to be spraying fire. I think it seems like that's an easy fix. And then some tiling issues. That one key in level 1, I've never seen that happen. So that is a bit concerning. I don't know why that happened. It's for context, for anyone who didn't see it, it's a key that spawns when you kill the enemies. Upon first entering, all the enemies spawned. The key also spawned. I left, came back, the key didn't spawn. Killed the enemies, then the key spawned. So I don't know what happened on that first entry. That seemed not good. Literally not doing anything complicated in that room. It's literally kill enemies for item. So that was a bit strange. But yeah, that'll be it for this one. Tomorrow night, continuing it. Thursday night, continuing it. I'm going to try to bang this out as fast as possible. And considering the progress I made under 2 hours and beat level 2, I'd say that's pretty good. And I just need to remember when I start up next time, ladder things. I have ladder things I can do. So, yeah, in fact, let's copy and then delete that. So what's interesting is, so I copied, but I should be able to launch this. Yes, it's if you copy and then launch. Okay, this has happened sometimes. It like immediately launches the quest again. If I copy, so like here, I'll copy this. Launching this is fine. Launching this crashes it. Is it only the first slot? So inconsistent. Oh, it's launching it again. Okay, you can do it again? No? Okay. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. But, yep. Okay, I'm going to call it here. If you want to see more of this, check in tomorrow night. And then Thursday night, and basically until I finish it. I'll probably finish it Friday or Thursday. Actually, no. Probably Friday at this rate. Because my demo is actually 10 to 20 hours. Zach took 18. So for me, I anticipate like maybe 12, 14. I'll probably finish it by Friday. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Have a good evening. Thanks for hopping.